Every software engineer wants to get promoted. As I'm a software engineer myself, I know quite a few of them as well. I've been in this field for the past 9 years, and during this period I've helped some of my team members put together a compelling case for promotions. But why should you get promoted? What are the benefits? Promotions present you with many benefits such as higher comp, more responsibilities, and better career prospects. In this short video, I'm not going to give you a definitive formula for getting promoted as a software engineer. The reason is simple. In my experience, there is no one formula method to get promoted as a software engineer, but the 5 tips discussed in this video will set you up for professional success. Tip number 1, don't be afraid of change, instead learn to embrace change. Today, change is pervasive at every level, whether individual, family, company, or society. Any company can experience its Kodak moment anytime. So you need to embrace change for a simple reason that company dynamics keep changing. Take startups for instance. The need to restructure is real, especially as they start to grow. It's the same thing with big companies. They need to rearrange desks when there's a leadership change. Often they also need to rearrange desks just to embrace new, passing corporate vision or initiative. One thing about change I've seen in all my years in a corporate setting is that most people hate change. They often resist change at their own detriment. But when changes do happen, things can be shaken up quite drastically, and change need not always be negative because tons of new opportunities arise. Hence, if your company is introducing a change, regardless of whether it's going to solve all your life's problems or not, grab a hold of it with both hands. Get excited to offer ideas. Use this opportunity to change to get involved. Most of your colleagues, and many of your managers too, will be keen on avoiding this. So when you get involved, you can count on others to help you complete the work they don't want to do themselves. Don't worry even if the initiative doesn't go as planned. People see that you're willing to get involved in the new company level initiative. They begin to see you in a new light. You'll be seen as a fearless software engineer who loves getting involved in other projects. That's the advantage of embracing change. Tip number 2, understand the requirements and responsibility of your current level clearly. Most software engineers are professionally competent. They certainly don't lag behind in their ability. The only problem is related to their work methodology. They work with no specific plan or vision. Their approach is one-dimensional at best. It's like, give me a task and I will complete it. They fail to understand that their level demands a fixed set of responsibilities. These responsibilities could typically include designing, fixing bugs, implementation, and how fast they complete these tasks if there are deadlines to meet. So what's the solution? You will do well only when you know all the requirements of your job and follow them diligently. Have a straightforward talk with your manager. Ask them if there is a set of well-defined requirements for your current level at the company. If their answer is vague or your company doesn't have any specific requirements, you can search for this information or even ask your HR business partner. For instance, you could key in on what are responsibilities of a junior software engineer. You will find some informative blog posts that will give you a detailed list of things. Write down this detailed list on your work plan. Strive to meet these requirements until you become proficient at these tasks. Work at a level above your responsibilities and exceed the expectations of your team leader. If you can do this consistently, you'll be at the top of the promotion list soon in your company. Tip number 3, don't alienate your teammates. I often see software engineers offending their teammates and annoying them or even angering them. This is a mistake. The problem is some people are so focused on getting promoted that they end up causing damage to the team. You need to remember that anytime you're working against the interests of your team, you're doing your company no good. So when promotion time comes, you'll get a poor review. That's not all, you will not be promoted, period. The lesson here is that if you're not a good team player, you will not be considered as a candidate for promotion. Most companies are extremely alert, and rightfully so. They do not promote software engineers who pull their team down. Whichever way you look at it, it's not worth alienating your teammates. Elbowing them out of the way to accomplish your promotion goals is a bad strategy. First of all, it's pure short-term thinking. Secondly, those same coworkers you've been disrespecting might be requested to provide their feedback about you at promotion time. Even assuming they aren't, alienating your teammates is a sign of immaturity. My view on this is pretty straightforward. As you become more senior, the team expectations run high. Everyone expects you to be a great team player, and they expect you to deliver solid results. So you get the point, right? I can tell you it isn't an easy balance to strike. Therefore, anytime you catch yourself upsetting people on your team, consider where the pursuit of your promotion goals had a part to play in your aggressive behavior. Change that approach immediately. Try to be more collaborative. It pays to be a team player. Tip number 4, provide real value to your company. There are many ways to provide real value to your company. Be proactive, be curious, ask and learn from others. Learning how to learn is also a valuable skill. Develop this skill. It'll serve you well whenever you want to learn something new. I can assure you in the tech industry, you'll always need to learn something new. One piece of advice I have for you is to focus on solving problems all the time. Try your best to avoid creating any fresh problems. As it is, your company already has many problems. You aren't contributing to the company by adding any more to them. You can improve your value at the company by simply becoming more valuable. Work hard to become extremely competent at different technologies your company is using. So what does this mean? Well, let me explain. You can't stop at just knowing the programming language. You need to understand the ecosystem and the business your software supports. Stay on top of everything new in the software industry. Look for answers to your technologies on premium websites. Importantly, learn what others are learning. Don't fall behind, step up your game. Get a breakthrough in design and architecture. Help others or mentor a junior software engineer if that's possible. Become the go-to person within your team. Speak up during meetings without being the loudest person in the room. In my opinion, the best way you can provide value to your company is by offering thoughtful suggestions. And another piece of advice is consider becoming a leader. You are already a technology expert. You'll be valued highly in your company if you're willing to be a people leader as well. Finally, we have tip number 5. Understand the requirements and responsibility of the next level up. Once you're proficient at your current level, it's time to understand the requirements and responsibilities of the next level. I'm sure you don't want to wait until you get promoted to understand what you'll need to do next. Imagine you're a junior engineer and you're skillful at designing solutions, mentoring teammates, and having timely deliveries. Since you understand the responsibilities of each level, you're aware that those skills no longer are junior level. When you know this, you'll start working even harder on these skills. And based on your competency at work, you may deserve a promotion. At this stage, it's a perfect time to have a friendly talk with your manager. Ask them if there is a well set out requirement at your company for the next level. And when you're confident that you can perform reasonably at the next level, you can have a serious discussion regarding your promotion with your manager. I'd love to hear from you about your tips on getting promoted as a software engineer. See you in the next video.